is Nelson, and I am your consultant. Welcome to my YouTube channel. For my previous video, we began with kinds of record in a specific production sector, which is water factory. And I list out the kind of record you are expected to have in a production settings. The first one, I told you that there must be a production record. If you're producing bread, you need to have the quantity of bread per every production every day, either daytime or at night. There should be a record for that production. At this moment, we've left behind production now. We want to go into your distribution. You've produced your water, either bottle, you've produced sachet, you've produced your bread, you've produced whatever products that has been produced already. Then the next thing is this product needs to be moved outside. And then your cashier or your accountant or your manager and owners of factory should take interest in this video. Very, very important. And why did I say you should take interest in this video? A lot of factories, a lot of industries shut down because they could not track their money. They could not track their cash. As soon as the goods goes out, it's at the mercy of your drivers. It's at the mercy of your marketers. And your cashier, your accountant, your manager are not doing anything to ensure that this goods, this products taken out, the equivalent amount is being returned to the factory. Not just returned to the factory or to the cashier or to the accountant or to the manager, but to be returned to the company account. Every cash has to be returned to the company account because it is out of the company account that material for the next productions will be taken from and paid to your vendor. And that is why I say, very important, take heed to this video and take it very serious, because it is not just saying that have a factory, we produce much, we have a machine that has large capacity. Yes, after all the productions, as the product turned to a boost, or has it just vanished and there's no equivalent amount of money? So while keeping your production record so that you can trace if what was produced was sold, an equivalent amount is brought to the factory. Now let's assume that your factory is under an ideal condition. An ideal condition is that what was produced is what was sold out. Then let your cashier, your accountant, your manager, and everybody in the financial department be aware of this record, and it should be kept properly. Now today, we'll be looking at the cash analysis book. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel. Like, share this video with your contact who have interest in this kind of business. Place your comments too, so that we could respond to it. Thank you so much as you do that. Now, cash analysis book. Now, the cash analysis book is purely about cash transaction that has occurred either outside the factory or in the factory, because some customers come to the factory to buy your products. Either they come to the factory to buy your sachet water, they come to a factory to buy bottled water. Those records needs to be kept, and the cash collected and assigned in this cash analysis book. Then the one coming from outside, from your drivers, from your marketers, needs to be entered. I have a simple analogy here so that I don't make it complicated for you. For those who want to be a cashier, probably at the O level, the graduate or wherever, let's deal with the practical aspect of it. Now, let's assume that on this day, let's say on the 20th of February 2024, David, your marketer, took a quantity of 2,400 out to sell. The same day again, Kebiru with another vehicle took 2,100 of your product out. The same day again, Paul took 4,000 of your product out to sell. This your product could be water, could be bread, it could be soft drinks, it could be whatever you are producing. Now, the product that is taken out, let's assume that you have one kind of products that you're producing in that factory, and then the unit price that David is taking this water out is at 300 naira. The unit price, 300 Nigeria currency. Then Kebiru also is taking his own out at 300 naira. Then Paul is taking his own at a rate of 280 naira. Probably you have a distributor that Paul must supply this water to, and you decided to lower the price with a difference of 20 naira so that the person can buy because he's buying at larger quantity. Then the amount for this David, because he took out 2,400 product out at this 300, when you do your multiplication, you have what? 720,000. Why Kebiru you have what? 630,000. Why Paul you have what? 1,120,000 naira. Now, they've returned back from their service. They are seated with the cashier or the accountant to give the analysis, to tell her or he how they sold the product. Now, remember that your accountant or your cashier needs to have an expenses book. This expenses in this regard, in this your distribution, could cover expenses for fuel, it could cover their commission for each product, and then other things that will occur. A driver might be going out, you say, I will call and say, our vehicle break down on the road, you send your mechanic quickly, and then they fix the challenges and he proceed with his marketing. This will be captured in your expenses book. And whoever that does the expenses should sign against it. The mistake a lot of factory or a lot of business empire does is that you write expenses. For example, if David did the expenses, you write David name, and then you allocate the amount, which if David said that he spent 20,000 in doing so expenses, and unknown to you that your cashier or your accountant will put what 25,000, and there will not be a column for David to sign. If there was a column for David to sign, he or she, that's your cashier, will write the 20,000 and David will sign. If your cashier or your accountant writes 25,000 and David spent 20,000, they say, I did not spend 25, I spent 20. So he cannot sign for the 25. But when you give a room that the expenses is just written and whoever that does the expenses do not sign against it, then your money will be losing. Your money will be growing wings and you'll be losing money in expenses. And again, for you to have this record properly, your driver's movement book or your marketer movement book must be on ground before David Kebiru and Paul goes out with the products, the water, the whatever in the morning. There's supposed to be a book called the marketer's movement. They're supposed to write their name, they're supposed to write the quantity they are taking out, they're supposed to write the time they are going out, and they're supposed to sign against it. That this is what I'm taking out. Then the cashier, as soon as they come back in the evening, she goes and pick the driver's movement book. And then, okay, Kebiru, you went out with 2,400 bags, pack, loaves, whatever. Then, give me the money for 2,400. Already as a cashier, you're supposed to be aware that Kebiru, David is supposed to sell it at 300 naira. Then you do your multiplication. Now, this is the cashier's book now. She has the name, quantity, sold, unit price, and amount. She has written David. There's a quantity, which is up here. Kebiru, there's a quantity. Paul, there's a quantity. Then the unit price 300, 280, and then there's the amount as being written here and here. These are the amounts. Now, she will now say that, David, give me your 720,000. That's what of goods you've sold. Then David will remit the money. When David remits 720,000 to the cashier, he's not just supposed to walk out, like giving out money to the cashier. There is supposed to be a book. I tag it as cash collected book. Now the cash collected book will carry the name of your marketer, the name of whoever that is giving the cash, then the amount paid. Then instead inside the cash book, debt, there should be a debt column also. Amount column, debt column. That is current debt column. Then debt paid, and then the driver or the marketer should sign. I don't want situations that tomorrow the marketer will say, no, I did not give it. So 720,000, I gave you 800,000 because as at the previous day I was owing 80,000. So I brought the 80,000. So the total money I gave you was 800,000, whereas the marketer actually gave 720,000 to the cashier. It might be vice versa. So for there not to be confusion in your financial department, provide a book that every driver or marketer will sign against every money he brings. That will be the safety of the cashier and the safety of the driver. You will not have arguments during remittance of money to the account, so that if there is a debt, the cashier will write the debt, the amount. Let's say, for example, David was supposed to bring 720,000, but David brought was 700,000. That means under the amount paid, it will go 700,000. 700,000. Now, that means David is owing the company 20,000. So under the current debt, you write what? 20,000. Now, David has seen that he has remitted 700,000, and then under the column of current debt, they've written 20,000, and then old debt paid, there's no debt paid that has been put as dash. Then David will now sign that truly, I brought 700 and I'm owing the company 20,000. He has signed. That sealed it. Everyone's name is sealed because there is a signature to this. The driver or the marketer can even go extra mile and say, okay, let me have my own book too. Cashier, accountant, I gave you 700,000. Sign this date. The date will be there. The cashier will sign, or the accountant will sign in the driver's book. Everyone will be at peace. Everyone will be at peace. So it's very, very important that your financial record is intact and no controversies. Then, after all this, remember, in this specific factory, it is an assumption of 3 marketers that goes out with what? 3 marketers that goes out with what? These products. And then, now the total sales for this day on the 20th of February 2024 is 2,470,000 naira. That is the total sales. Now, how do we got this? Add this, add this, add this. It will give us this. Now, the expenses. There must be expenses because you must fuel the vehicle, you must pay the commission, and probably your marketer collects their commission every day. And then let's assume that in each of your products, you give a commission of 20 naira. Then Peter said 4,000 back, you give him 400, 4,000 times 20. You pay him his commission. So let's assume that we've added all the expenses and it results to 260,000 naira. Now, we need to minus it. We need to subtract it from the total sales. Now, these are our expenses. We've subtracted the expenses from the total sale. We now have 2,210,000 naira. Then, as the marketer goes out, some of your customers make transfer into their accounts. They pay into their account and let your cashier or your accountant insist that they bring back teller, either the POS teller or teller from the bank, or mobile app transfer receipts. They should bring it, and they also need to confirm from whoever that received the credit alert. So money was paid into the company. Did you receive it? Yes. Okay, customer, your money you've paid has been received. Then deal ends. They come back to the factory. Now, all this marketer, all of them did a transfer to the company account of 2,105,000. 2,105,000. Then the cashier will subtract it from this money after the expenses. Now, it's now remaining 105,000. 105,000. That is to say that beside the transfer they've made and the expenses they've made, these three persons brought a cash of 105,000 to the cashier. 105,000 to the cashier. And that is why I type it as what? Cash at hand. And the cashier also needs to do justice to the cash. He or she needs to send the money to the bank. So that ends the financial transaction for this day, on the 20th of February 2024. It is close. Everything balanced. The quantity taken out and the equivalent amount has been brought to the factory. So the factory is not at loss. So it's a repeated way. What has been done today should be done tomorrow, should be done next tomorrow, every day. So this is what is made up of what? Your cash analysis book. Thank you so much. If this presentation was good to you and it's an eye-opener to you, please subscribe, encourage me so that I'll bring this and more to you. Thank you so much.